Well, welcome back to the Timeline Ranch. It's a beautiful day. Let's take a walk around and look at the projects I plan on getting done this trip. The water's looking real nice this morning. The wind's blowing a few little miniature waves over there against the edge, making some oxygen. Got some of the migratory finches eating some of those grass seeds from last year. A little bit on the windy side today. So a while back I planted a moringa here, but it didn't make it. So I'm going to plant a Phoenix dactylifera date palm right here. I brought 5 this trip. I'm going to plant one here. Let's walk down a little bit further. So this little fenced area I'm going to have to rework due to the amount of water that flows through here when we do get a decent rain event. So I'm going to widen this out a little bit more. I had planted a moringa here, but that one didn't make it. This one here seems to be doing pretty good. So I'm going to plant another Phoenix dactylifera date palm right here and shorten this fencing up to just accommodate it until it gets a little bit bigger. Let's go over here along the edge of the pond real quick. Got a white-winged dove right there. The water's looking nice. The sunlight, you can see down pretty deep. So we've got a few of the pecan trees showing some leaves. These 2 young ones that are closer to the ground that are receiving a little bit more warmth, radiating back out of the soil. They're leafing out. Got some early bud out on these pecan trees, the older ones. That's our original pecan tree. Hopefully it does some more growth up. You see, it didn't grow very much this last grow season, but it did produce some good branching at the lower part. It had a hard start to the grow season because it didn't rain very much. I'm thinking by the end of this grow season it should be out of this fencing pretty good. So I've got 3 mulberries, Texas mulberries, both varieties, the heart-shaped leaf and the split leaf. I'm going to plant them where these English walnuts were planted. I have some more English walnuts growing at the house, but I'm afraid that the pond could go dry again. It could be a repeat of the same scenario that happened last time I planted these. And I planted these 3 right before the worst drought in 15 years. And they couldn't make it. They weren't established enough. So these 3 cages here, I'm going to plant those mulberries in. We've got a lot deeper section over here. This area I cleaned up a little bit, but it's not much deeper. It's still got a good bit of water in it, but it could go dry if we have the right scenario with the rain patterns. So I do plan on planting another one of those Phoenix dactylifera, which I talked about quite a while back in a video. This little pocket right in here I think would be ideal for one. It's going to have the best chance for success. You'll still have a little bit of water wicking underground, even if the rain is spaced out pretty far. That leaves me with two. The other two are going to go about a mile north of here, which is still on the ranch. It's in that area that had that nice green grass last July in it, if you happen to catch that video. It was titled something like, "What Makes This Part of the Ranch Green?" Anyway, I'm going to plant two over there just to see how they do on their own in that area where the three creeks come together. So first thing today, I need to get all these batteries out. This is the battery bank for my permanent setup here at the little 2-story 12 by 20 building with the 8 by 8 restroom on it. Let me get those out of here. I need to drag these pieces of culvert pipe. This is 48-inch HDPE pipe, high density polyethylene. A piece of this, a full 20-foot piece of it, is $3,700, and I got this for free. I can piece it together to use it in the area that I would need it. And that's a little piece of 24-inch of the same. I need to get this out of here so I can have access to my water barrels. I'll have to transfer the water over here to the side and then up on that tank that's on the building. So I've also got 11 pieces of 6-inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe here. And this was balled-in pipe. Didn't have a hub on it. I made these hubs. Took me about 30 minutes a piece. But you can't buy a coupling that's that deep. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't have any issues with this once I glued it together and rolled it into the trench. So what these are intended for is the siphon line. I need about 900 foot. I ended up picking up about 440 feet of it. So I still need some more pipe, but it was a lot better price than I could have bought it just straight from a supplier. So the next trip out, I'm gonna bring the excavator. I'm gonna go ahead and install that in the ground just to protect it from the UV rays out here. For now, I'm gonna tarp it, but the sun out here is so harsh on that PVC, it'll start to deteriorate within a month. You'll start seeing tanning on it. I've also got a few propane cans in here. A little bit of firewood from a tree that fell over in the front yard at the house in South Texas. Just gonna take a look at the trees in here. They were protected pretty good from the wind with the pipe above them. These are the mulberries. This is the split leaf variation. Got some deal that was growing in the pots with them. There's the palms up under there. Another mulberry. I'm looking forward to getting them in the ground. Give them a good kick start on this grow season. Looks like I got some company. Yeah, so this culvert pipe's too heavy for me to manhandle, and since I don't have the excavator, which is how I got it in here, I left this strap on it right here. Now I'm going to hook a couple chokers to it or other straps and attach it to one of those big bundles of rebar that's on the ground and then drive out from underneath it. That's my plan anyway. Hopefully that works. I want to get this pipe out of here so that I can access my water barrels. So the biggest project I'm taking on this trip is installing my permanent electrical system on the building. As you know, we're off-grid out here if you've caught any of the past videos. This is 18 100-watt panels wired in parallel for 12 volt and a 400-watt wind turbine. PMG. I'm going to put a 6 kilowatt solar array over here. I know it would be for a 48 volt battery system. Let's go in the building. So a lot of work going to be done in this little area here. This will be my temporary setup for my new permanent electric system for this building. Later on, once I get the time to do it, this outhouse shower is going to go away. There'll be a basement here along with a little root cellar and a little dome structure. All that will be built out of stone. And the battery bank and inverters, charge controllers, everything will be underground where they stay a nice, steady, stable temperature that they want to be at. But for now, I plan on putting it under this little stairwell closet. It'll have a 200 amp AC panel that'll be there permanently. And then temporarily I'm going to put the battery bank, kind of tuck it underneath the landing for the stairs. That's going to be a big slide out drawer later. And then I'll mount the charge controllers and inverters on the back side of these steps, because it's a 2x8 wood there, you know, good, something good to screw to. I'll put something, you know, to break the flammable combustible material to the back side of the electrical gear. I've got some 1/4 inch hardy backer, like what's on the floor here. I'll zip a couple pieces on that and then put the fasteners in. So this is a lot of work going on here. I've also got 1 inch EMT that's going to run from a junction box upstairs down to below floor here to another pull box, and then it'll come back up to feed the power temporarily into this setup. So, and my solar array out there to build, and that's what's going to keep me busy quite a while. Well, that's the big plans for this trip. The electrical system is definitely going to take most of my time. Looking forward to having it in though, because it's going to give me a lot of options to, you know, pump water with the 48 volt pumps and meet all our electrical needs in the future here. Also looking forward to getting those palm trees in the ground to see how they fare through the growth season and the winter. The winter is the only thing I'm really worried about with them. They can take the droughts and all that once they're established, no problem, but the cold temperature is going to be the one that will kill them, if anything, out here. Well, if you like what I'm doing out here and you want to speed this project up, there's a few ways to do that in the description. Buy Me Coffee is one. There's also Amazon. Every little bit gets me closer to being out here full time and making this project go a lot faster. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.